Hey team, Abel Prieto here, and we'd like to welcome you to this Life Mastery Trainings. I'm here with Dr. Dennis Colvier, a great friend of mine, and I'll let you know a little bit about him in a second, but we want to talk to you about what we believe is an amazing tool that you can use to help grow your business, to help grow your teams, your organizations, and to become a more powerful entrepreneur. And that tool is the book that you see on your screen, which is our new book. It's called Freedom: 21 Hacks for Wealth and Success, written by my good friend, Dr. Dennis Colvier, and co-authored by myself, Abel Prieto. And we're going to talk to you about some of the concepts that are in this book that, again, can help you become a more powerful entrepreneur and can help you grow a stronger business. And then at the end, we're going to give you a bit of an incentive to make sure that you and your teams get a hold of and get your hands on this powerful tool. Dr. Dennis Colvier is, I know him as Dennis because he's my friend. I've known him for almost 20 years now. We've been involved in businesses together for almost 20 years. And between him and I, we've got almost, it's hard to believe, but almost 60 years of combined experience in the entrepreneurial world, in the entrepreneurship world, leadership world. And just to let you know a little bit about Dennis, he's written, this is actually his 25th book. He's a coach, he's a public speaker, he's a professional trainer. He's worked with small and medium-sized companies, spoken in front of millions of people, has worked with Fortune 500 companies and CEOs, and he really is an expert in the world of business and personal development. And when it comes to freedom, 21 hacks for wealth and success, you know, as I go to slide number 2 here, you know, I'd really love Dennis to kind of share with you how the book was written, the vision that we had for this book, how the domains work, how we've divided the book across the different, what we call hacks or chapters. And Dennis, if you can kind of tell them a little bit about what makes this book unique, what makes it different, and how it's going to help them.
Hey, Abel. Yeah, it's absolutely great to be here. Hello, everyone. And yes, so on this book, one of the things we started with was that people's attention span has just been shorting over time. Now, some people like to read several hundred-page books. A lot of people would like to do so, they just don't have the time. So what we decided to do in the writing of this book, we want it to be as short and concise as possible without devaluing any of the key points. So we wrote it as a 48-page quick read book. And in fact, instead of calling it chapters, we have 21 hacks. So these chapters, like 2-page, very heavy hitting, quick to the point, and no wasting of time and energy on this. We've divided the book into 3 domains. The first one is about really personal, professional development and growth on various topics. You can see it right on that slide number 2. The middle section is really understanding the fundamentals of how money works and really getting financial mastery. So not only can you save more money, invest better, you make more money, hang on to more money. These are key points that is never taught at school. The last domain, for those people who really want to turbocharge your success, it really is about being part of the right business, owning the right business or businesses. So we talk a lot about entrepreneurship and different types of businesses. So now I'm going to just move to the third slide here. And on our third slide, I'm going to give you some examples of a couple of the hacks from the book. So the fourth hack, it's embracing the power of coachability. And you can actually see what's right on that page. But let's jump to some of the key points of this hack, this chapter. Embracing the power of coachability. Coachability, interesting word. We break it down to this way. So first of all, how coachable are you as an individual? And that's so important that, yes, you know, successful people certainly have a lot of confidence, but the most successful people are always looking to improve themselves. They always know that they can be better, and they're very coachable. The second part of coachable, as you're developing a team, and if you're in business, chances are, you know, you're a leader of a bunch of teammates. So as you grow, you also need to develop your ability to be able to coach other people, to bring out the best of others. And just to share with you, I'm going to just go to the next slide here, number 5. And there's a photo. Now, some of you in America, you might know this show, show, Shark Tank, Canada and the UK, Dragon's Den. Everyone knows these shows. So this guy here, he's on Shark Tank. He's one of the sharks, Kevin O'Leary. The guy's worth a fortune. Now he comes across as Mr. Wonderful, all-knowing. That plays for interesting TV. The fact is, he is not that conceited. He's constantly seeking an edge. Here's an example of this billionaire, laser focus, and they actually were doing a documentary on him, and he was very keen to be coached by me on something that I know a lot more about than he does. And look how laser focused he is to listen and learn from somebody else. So the real question here is, sharks, they're coachable. Are you? So that's a really interesting perspective. Now on this, I'm going to talk about things that block. So we've identified, we shared in our book, a number of things that really block people from being coachable. The two single biggest things that will block people, and it kills personal growth, are apathy and arrogance. So apathy essentially it's this. It's when there's nothing, no one or nothing in your life that's actually important enough to make you want to change, to improve. Now think of what a sad situation that is. We say on the surface, we want to improve, we want to get better, but ultimately, there's no goal, there's no human, there's no team, there's no opportunity, there's nothing that's big enough to get you beyond being stuck to your old ways. And that's really, really sad. The second thing is a huge robber, it's arrogance. And that's essentially when an individual feels that they know everything and there's no way that they can improve. Obviously, these are very toxic mindsets that will hold you back from being coachable. I'm going to slide now to slide number 7 here. And we got this coachable spectrum. I just want to share this with you very quickly. So on one side, you're not coachable. You're closed. You're resistant. You get the body language, your arms across, the face is sour. People are pouring into you all sorts of great information, but you're not hearing. You're blocked. Eventually, what happens is you open up your eyes, you open up your ears, you allow this information to come in, you become more willing. You start to have a desire to learn more and to improve yourself. And the desire eventually grows and becomes a commitment. And ultimately, you get to this final point. And this is where the real essence of when you're being very coachable, this is when you, as someone the mentee, the person who's learning from your coach, when you actually hold yourself accountable very transparently to your coach. Hold yourself accountable saying, yes, coach, I'm going to do that. And you actually go and do it. And when you don't do it, you still admit that. So that level of holding yourself transparently accountable, that is the best indication that you're truly coachable. And when you're coachable, you're going to change, and you're going to change for the better. And the more you change internally, the more your life will change. Abel, would you like to continue some thoughts on that? Number 8.
Definitely on slide number 8, and on a personal note, I've been involved with Life Mastery since the very beginning. It's been almost 2 years now. And, I've had some success in the world of business, network marketing. I've built organizations of thousands and thousands of people. And when I was introduced to Life Mastery, I had to be coachable. One of the author insights, which one of the great things that we do with the book, which again, we're just sharing with you this, in this case, this one hack, which is hack 4, the power of coachability. And one of the cool things that we do with our book, Dennis, when we put it together, and man, let me tell you, I think it's easier to write a 300-page book than it is to write a 48-page book. And not only do we have 21 hacks, but we have 12 self-assessments, what we call self-checks within the book, that not only force you to kind of look at yourself and see where it is that you can get better, while at the same time telling you what it is that you have to get better at. We also have 9 author insights, which is what I'm going to share with you now on hack 4. And we've got 6 what we call quick hacks, which is things that you can do right now. What I love about this book and the way it was written is something that you can, put into effect right now into your life without having to waste a lot of time. And this author insight really hit home with me, because the quote is, a wise man once said that it's what you learn after you know everything that really makes a difference, which basically is a funny way to tell you, listen, you never really know everything. And despite all of my years of experience, making good decisions and sometimes bad decisions, when I got introduced to Life Mastery, I said, what else do I need to learn? And then it was through my exposure to the founders of Life Mastery, to Mark Aceta and Stavros and George and Monaco, that I really realized that I needed to still be coachable, because guess what? If you want to develop an organization of coachable individuals, then you too have to be a coachable leader. And as we go to the next slide, which is slide number 9, I want to talk to you about Hack 14. So chapter 14, no, Hack 14. It's 2 pages. And we're talking about the next domain of our book, which, again, the first domain is on the personal level. The second domain is something that's so important for all of us, for you, for me as entrepreneurs, which is about developing financial, emotional maturity and literacy. And one of the mistakes that I know a lot of people make is we start making a lot of money, but then what are we doing with that money? A wise man once said, one of my coaches said to me, he said, Abel, it's not how much money you make. Well, it is, but how much money do you keep? How much money do you save? How much money do you invest? And that's really the focus of Hack 14, developing financial, emotional maturity and literacy. We talk about discipline, the foundation of financial success. And as we go to the next slide, slide number 10, this graphic really tells a lot about what a lot of people, us, because not only are we entrepreneurs, but hopefully we're also investors, this roller coaster of emotions when it comes to investing money. So it starts with optimism, excitement, then you feel a thrill. This is you finding a great investment opportunity. And at the beginning, it's like, wow, I feel great about this investment. And then there's euphoria. And we see that, especially now in the world of technology and social media, when a stock is doing great, or maybe you're in the crypto space and there's a bunch of euphoria around a certain investment. And then that's when a lot of investors get in. So, they're doing the opposite of what you should do, which is, a basic law, which is buy low and sell high. Most people, Dennis, as you know, because you're an expert on this, most people out there, they're buying high and they're selling low. And then, anxiety sets in, and then fear and panic and capitulation. Man, I don't even know how to say that word, but I know I felt it before. And then there's despondency. And then that's when you say, that's it. I'm going into a money market fund. I'm going into a safe investment, a fixed income investment. And then you go through this roller coaster. And if you don't know how to manage your emotions, your personal financial emotions, then you're going to get hit. You're going to get rocked by the market. And we give you advice on how to avoid that. And as we go to the next slide, slide 11, it's funny, Dennis, a point that you made is, as entrepreneurs, you can go through that emotional roller coaster. You look at the day in the life of an entrepreneur, and you guys know this, a lot of you are leaders, you have big organizations, or you've been there. At the beginning, it's, I'm excited. And then you go down, it's like, oh man, this is hard. And then you stay on it, and then it's like, oh, it's working. And then it's like, oh no, I messed up. And then it's back up again, and give up the good for the great, the sacrifice. I got to stay in it to win it, and then you go back down again. I think I'm going bankrupt, or what's going on here? I love this. I love what you've done with this slide. And then you're back up and your emotions are up, and I'm good. I don't know why I get so down on myself. And then you're back down. I was wrong. I suck. And then you're back up and you're like, wait a second. My life is great. And that emotional roller coaster is what a lot of entrepreneurs and investors go through. What do we do with our book, Freedom 21 Hacks for Wealth and Success? We help you manage those emotions on the personal level, on the financial level, and on the entrepreneurial level, which leads me to the next slide, which is one of our quick hacks. I said our book comes with 21 hacks, 12 self-assessments, 9 author insights, which are personal stories from the authors, and then 6 quick hacks, something you can do right now. So what's our advice here? Listen, allocate 10 minutes a day, not a lot of time, just 10 minutes on a daily basis to learn about personal finance. There's so much information out there, articles, podcasts, YouTube channels, books. Reflect on your financial decisions and emotions. Figure out what those triggers are. Practice mindful spending and saving and investing, and focus on consistent learning and reflection so that you can build your financial literacy. And again, guys, we want to give you value through this video. We want to help you realize certain things about yourself as an entrepreneur and as a business owner and as a leader, while at the same time making you realize that if we're just sharing you a couple of small pieces from the book, imagine what else is in this book, which leads me to the next slide, slide 13, which is really something that I want you to focus on, Dennis, and I want you to talk to our viewers about, because this is something that you developed years ago as you coached companies and CEOs and entrepreneurs, which is Hack 16, learning to assess the pros and cons of any business opportunity with your scorecard. Let them know a little bit about that scorecard and how important it could be for them and their businesses.
Yeah, absolutely, Abel. So first of all, it's anyone who reads our book, if they don't already know it, the best play, if you want to accelerate your financial freedom, is you need to be in business. However, the reality is that not all business opportunities have been created equal. In the book, we're talking about pros and cons of starting a business from scratch, franchising, buying existing business, direct marketing, all these things. But one of the things we thought was really, really important was that we need to create or share some sort of way where people can go through and do an assessment. So I'm going to just go to slide 14 now. And where this comes from, myself, I've been in this business for 35 years as a speaker, a consultant. Part of my practice, I get paid a lot of money by companies to go look at their companies and do an analysis. What's working, what's not working, what could be working better. And what I've done is I really came up with these 25 points. I shared them with Abel and we tweaked them a little bit because we said, look, there's so many people really looking to get in business. They don't have millions and millions of dollars to spend. They don't necessarily have decades of experience of a particular industry. So direct marketing, network marketing is such a smart play for so many people. So we want to really look at it from this lens, and we fine-tuned the 25 points and said, okay, anybody looking at any business opportunity, they can go through these points. And for example, it starts off with, does this business sell to the masses? If its products are of interest to many, many people, then that's going to score a much higher. So you go through these simple questions. They're simple, but the totality of these questions are very, very powerful. And you score it. If you say, no way, absolutely, it doesn't score, it gets a very low point. If you say, yeah, this business, man, the products and services are absolutely of huge appeal to the masses, it would score like a 4 out of possible 4. And then you can go through, is this, the third question, is this something, does the products or services actually really excite you? I mean, if you as a person in that business really care, you're passionate about the products or services, that offering, that obviously is going to transcend how you talk about it, your passion, your commitment to it. So that would be maybe another 4 out of 4. So there's 25 questions here. And at the end, all you do is you just add them all up. It's going to give you a score out of a possible highest score, a perfect score would be 100 points or 100%. So, as we go to the next slide here, and I'm going to just start the beginning part and then I'm going to pass it over to Abel. But if you get this book, and we highly encourage you to get the book, and if you're in business and you're representing an opportunity, if you own a couple of businesses, ask yourself, go to that hack, read those 2 pages and ask yourself, how does your business rank on this scorecard? Now, not every business is going to rank high. Some will rank low, but Abel, share some thoughts if somebody actually scored high.
Yeah, so imagine you run your business through the scorecard. And one of the things that I love about the scorecard is whether it's a network marketing business, a direct sales business, a cryptocurrency business, any business could be run through this scorecard. You're going to get a score. Imagine if your business ranked in the 90 to 100 range. Well, according to our scoring mechanism, then that's a great business. And imagine if you ranked at the 90 to 100 range, what a game changer that could be as a development tool for your business. Imagine using that as part of your presentation when you're introducing your business to a new prospect, or when you're training your existing sales force, your existing team, on making sure that they understand how powerful your business is, where you can point to this book and say, hey, look, this book was not written by me. It wasn't written by our company. It was written by a third party, co-author and co-authors. And according to them, they're telling us how to rank and how to choose the right business. And our business, after going through it, as a matter of fact, you go through it and you go through it with them. They can go through it. As a matter of fact, their book says that our business ranks in the 90 to 100 range. What a confidence builder that would be for you or your teammates. What a great way to use that in your presentations or when you're prospecting people. A third-party piece is such an essential tool for us to be able to grow your business. What a great tool to be able to use it to be able to get referrals. Imagine sitting down with a potential client or a potential new associate and saying, hey, listen, I want to give you this book. It's going to cost you 10. And they say to you, what do you mean 10? Well, 10 referrals. If you give me 10 quality referrals, I'm going to gift you this book. And it's a great way to invest in your business while helping them at the same time. What a great way to market your business, to build confidence in yourself and your team, to build massive credibility with a third-party piece that can help you grow your business. And as we move to the next slide and as we're closing our video and our training for you, I hope you're getting some value out of what we've got to offer you. You know, not only are we going to help you grow in the personal part of your business and the personal financial part of your business and the entrepreneurial part of your business, but then we want to give you an opportunity to maybe get a branded version. Imagine having a branded version of Freedom 21 Hacks for Wealth and Success. There's a way that we can make that happen for you, where we can possibly put your company logo on the cover, where maybe the CEO of the company, if that's you, or the CEO of your company, could write a foreword for the book. Maybe get your top 3 leaders or producers to write one of the testimonials that go on the back cover of the book. You know, that could give you massive brand impact for you and your company and your opportunity. And so I really hope you guys have gotten some value from just us sharing some of the parts of our Freedom 21 Hacks for Wealth and Success book. And what we're doing for the people of Life Mastery is we're going to give you a special ebook discount only for Life Mastery training members. The book retails at $17.95. Because you're with Life Mastery, you can get your book for $12.50. So at a nice discount there. So if you're interested in doing that, go ahead and click on that link below and get yourself a copy of your own book. Read it. Go through Hack 16. Go through the scorecard. And if your business, your company ranks in that 90 to 100 range and you're interested in possibly getting a branded version of the book with a branding on the front cover, maybe the foreword written by the CEO or a leader and 3 testimonials written by people in your organization, then go ahead and reach out to myself or Dennis. You've got our information there on that slide. So again, thank you for joining us today. And again, my name's Abel Prieto. He's Dr. Dennis Covier. And we look forward to seeing you at Life Mastery Trainings. Thank you, everyone.